Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to Royal Inspiration. Excited to be back on this after being recovered from a nasty poison ivy reaction. But we're going to dive back in here, and all I've done is relocate to Nebbit and build up a little bit more metal. We haven't really, it only advanced a few minutes since the end of the last episode. James is going to be a bit of a bear, and I was planning on doing more time skipping, which I will get to eventually. But every battle so far, well, not every battle, but most battles have had something really interesting. And I don't want to skip over things just for skipping. So, here we go. We're going to send the battle station in as a decoy while we locate all of our combat ships ready to jump in on top of the wormhole. And then I need to have the battle station cover while I get a hacking flagship in here. There we go. As soon as I start firing, and this is going to cripple anyway, but we're going to get rid of that. And the issue here is the magnifier, because combine the magnifier with all the Tethwita Guardians in this system, and very painful things happen. So we need to be able to hack and also draw these Guardians away. And they do have one flaw that I'm going to exploit here that I was not aware of for quite a while when I was looking at this system. That should be good enough. And we will begin the hack. There we go. Sabotage defenses. Every single one of these Guardians in this system has a speed of 500 or less. So they are all slow as dirt. Drawing them over to this other side of the system then is going to be very useful. And let's see. I think that's probably good enough. I just want to draw them off enough so they'll continue chasing this and won't run back to the wormhole here. Now, we are going to bring in everything. But the primary fleet here is going to go after this Sabbat guard post. There we go. The magnifier is now down. And we're going to go after this second Sabbat guard post. And I'm not sure why you're going over there, so let's not have you do that. Come on. Knock it out. Please knock it out. Taking their sweet time. Now they're getting down to it. Okay. So, all of you come over here. And you, now all of the frigates can get in the action. You come over here. And let's have our decoy support group come over here. And then just sort of alongside, I'll put the battle station. I'm going to beachhead a little bit here, because this is a tight enough fight that I think it's worth it. I'm going to throw sniper turrets up there. And then I'm going to throw... Let's see, I'd like to get them just somewhere around the middle. Throw a few of these plasmas. I waited to save up a little more metal to do this, because I think they're going to be reasonably effective. You know, Mark IV. And away we go. Now, because of their different weapons, they have slightly different targeting behavior here. We got the decoys here that are distracting the Tethwita to an extent. And I think about there is the right time. Okay, what I want to do is hit this. Hit this with every freaking thing we have. And we're going to get zombified a lot here. But we need to knock this out as quick as possible. And the thing is, I'm hoping that they will, you know, be distracted by our decoy drones a fair amount. You can see that we're not doing huge amounts of damage to this because it is a massive thing. Of course, 2.8 million hull and 1.4 million shield is standard for the dire Royal Guardians. Go away, please. Please go away. Please go away. You're almost away. Die. Go away already. Thank you. Okay, now. Let's take a look at our strength. 87 for us, 131 for them. So that doesn't look too great. We have to flip these to Thweetas, or not flip them because they can't be zombified. We have to knock them out as quickly as possible. Just going to focus fire on one right after the other. There's one. Only 12 more to go. And this is not a particularly long battle in terms of time, but it is one that goes one way or the other fairly quickly. I think we're doing well enough here. There we go. And yeah, you're a good target. So I'm just looking basically for whatever Thweeta Guardian is reasonably close. Okay, that's kind of running. Okay, it's coming back. All right. There we go. Reasonably close and or damage. Let's slide on down this way. And I don't care about anything else. Let's see, we're actually improving the strength ratio there, which I'm surprised by, because I still have 8 of these out there. So this is going pretty well. Let's see. We need to, yeah, there's not that many Thweetas close by, which is good. Ah, that one's almost dead already. Let's go after that. Okay, and who's next? You seem as good as any. Okay, how many left? It looks like 6. So that would mean we're done about half of the original 13. We still have a good amount of our ships. So this looks like it's going to be successful. There we go. And don't care about the rest of this chaff. Knock that one out. And let's see, knock you. Hold on, are there any more left? There's still 2 more. Where are they? I've sort of... Oh, no, those are pikes. We have gotten them all. Okay. So now I can just sort of do a generalized... Like, flip some of these vampire guardians. I think is what I want to do, is just start flipping guardians. And I'll just let the frigate fleet do whatever it wants, and I'll send the strike craft after these. We seem to be in a good enough position to not overly micro it at this point. Flip them, flip them, flip them. Yeah, we've got twice their strength now. This is going our way quickly. But believe me, this battle can go very badly if you do not get into those Thweetas before they really start taking a bite out of you. Okay, and you are going down. Let's see. Pike Guardian there. Zombified Tesla. Okay. So let's just move you in here. Let's gather everybody up. Well, no. Let's not do that. Let's send... Because there's still a couple Sabbath guard posts. Nucleophilic there, so I kind of just want my frigates to play center field along with all this other stuff, and then we're going to send the strike craft group after all this. And this beam great cannon is not going to be a whole lot of fun, but we should be able to handle this pretty effectively with the number of ships we have. You can see our counterattack, we're nowhere near it, so this is going to be a success. And definitely the slow speed of the Guardians in here was a huge factor, because none of them could relocate across the system super quickly. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you're taken care of, but they won't happen long. Let's stay away from those tractors for the most part and knock out this. Looks like we already got the nucleophilic from long range. Oops, I'm on the wrong ship group. That's why that didn't work. Yep. Okay, now everybody, after this. We're about to get hit on the other side, but we have 60-some strength in that system. So that's not going to be a problem.
AI fleet inbound on critical planet.
And they're actually doing a really good job of every once in a while with these waves, they will have some... a Reconquest wave coming to Nemet. We're actually going to cancel that wave. I don't want to deal with a wave coming in there and hitting the things that we have in that system. It will mean that they'll just get a bigger reconquest some other place at some other time. But I will worry about that then. Don't normally do that, but I will in this case. Hold on, we got to get this done quickly now. We're starting to run out of time. Let's knock this out. There we go. No more wave. And actually, I don't... Yeah, I do want to knock this out. Okay. Alright. So, I am going to get rid of these for now. And I want to set up in here... Now, the next item on the agenda is really to hack the Outguard once we get set up. I want to put my command station, at least initially, in a good position for doing that. But then I'm starting to think about the CPA. What can I get done before the CPA hits? I'm going to want to grab these fleets in Dunkles. We'll have to do another hack here on the black hole machine. But then the question is, because I don't want to come over this other way quite yet, due to the spire structures that are there. Can I get into Unity and at least knock out some of the guard posts, if not take over that system by the time the CPA hits? And I don't know if I can or not. And by the way, there's a Vengeance generator, so that's one of the first ones that we've seen. But I would like to really do that so that I'm not sitting here fighting off the CPA and then we have this building up. That would really be a nice thing to not have happen if I can avoid it in any way. I still think the Outguard's more important, though. I'm going to take time to do that. And I'm also going to now boost up another level on the turrets, because I am definitely going to want to have all of my best feet forward when the CPA does hit. We haven't yet had a chance to really take a look at a wave attack, and this is our punishment, basically, for knocking out that reconquest wave. 80 strength coming in here. But this is our strong point, of course. I've built a few more turrets in here, but the turret upgrade for the hull that we did will also help as well. You can see 80 some strength, and they're hitting us with mostly agravic pods and pike corvettes, and also with some of the hunter came in here a little bit early to get the party started. I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to deal with this situation. Definitely going to take a little bit of time. And we're also just waiting for metal to spool back up after having built some turrets to deal with the Outguard. And one thing I really like about the translocators, I don't like them in a lot of situations, but against the agravic pods that like to come in and surround the force field, they're very nice for helping push them away. So, this was no problem. We're almost up to 1 million metal. That should be good. Let's pop back in now to James and get this hack done. We're going to access the Outguard beacon. I want to get all my ships on pursuit, put them over here, get my battle station, everything else. And what I've done, I've built ambush turrets. I've got all the mines, tachyons, tractors, if for nothing else, just to give them something else to shoot at. And then the pike turrets, and of course we still have the snipers over there. Let's see how this rolls. Another regular wave hitting Bridgebergen, but that will be easily swatted aside. 4-minute hack to do that Outguard on difficulty 8. And the early attempts going well, and a lot of the zombies running into our next targets. I think I'm going to use that to my advantage when this hack is over, assuming that it goes well. Of course, some of the zombies going other places as well.
Hostile ships detected on critical planet.
And our metal going up pretty well here, but we have almost a 5 million cap now, so we can afford to let that just store up for a little while. Halfway through.
Wave has arrived. Reset the clock.
And Ridgebergen has now been hit. A little bit of more hunter coming in there. No problems here so far. A minute and a half to go.
Critical
And about 15 minutes till the CPA could potentially hit. A little before, a little bit after the 2-hour mark.
Hostile ships detected on critical planet.
So each of these bursts,
One of our
10 to
planets is under
15
attack.
strength level, which is not that much. And of course, again, military command aiding the turrets to really help us here. But they do tend to have one big final burst. Let's see what kind of pain that causes.
Our hackers have done all they can.
Yeah, 63 strength. That's a little different. Took out some of the mines, though not much else. So I'm really happy with that. I actually probably could have gone lighter on the turrets, but better safe than sorry. That went smoothly. We're up to almost half on our metal. So we've got the Xenophon, the Porcupine MLRS corvettes that will go anywhere, and Lobar the Wolf will only attack the AI, but I like them because of the mix of ships they have. Heavy fusion bombers are good for damage, and Vanguards are good for absorbing it. I'm not as big of a fan of the Porcupines and MLRS corvettes as ships, but their versatility is nice as well. So definitely going to want to use these when we take on some tougher targets. But for now, I want to race into Dunkles, get this reset the way I'm going to want it, get set up in here, and then see if we have time to pound into Unity or not before the CPA. All right, we're almost at the 2-hour mark. No sign of the CPA yet. We're built up in Dunkles. I've done a little bit of research, a generalist and technologist. And I want to pop in here and see what we can do, although it's going to get a little complicated. There's an eye, so I've got to keep all of my combat ships in one fleet, keep my options open with only having the 2-fleet limit then. And there was a dire fragmentation Guardian in here. It was almost dead thanks to our zombies, and I was able to pop in some bombards, finish it off. Thought I was being pretty clever. And it did help, but unfortunately they spawned a dire shredder shortly thereafter, which is worse. Of course, very high damage from the drones that has. And then it's not the only big problem. There's a dire stealth guardian, which I don't care that much about, but the dire widow here paralyzes 60 ships every 4 seconds for a 20-second duration. Basically, that means it can keep 300 ships out of the fight. That's almost half my fleet. That's a pretty crippling blow as it is. It's got massive tractor beams. And then, of course, supporting it, lots of damage from the nucleophilic and heavy beam guardians. So, more diversions, most definitely necessary. I'm going to pop all my ships out. And let's get the battle station in there to cover our entry. And then this is going to be our diversionary flagship.
Under attack in enemy territory.
And I hope it can eventually escape those V-Wings, because they're going to be kind of painful. Okay. Time for you to get out. And now hopefully they all chase that. They do. And I want to try to... That's probably a... Yeah. Might get hit some. But I want to bring in my ships now. And I want to sort of park my transport about here. I want to be in between these various guard posts. And hopefully not within... Well, let's see. Yeah, I can't avoid being within range of all of them completely. So I might just sort of sit it around here. I need it to be as close as possible.
Under attack on enemy world.
And I have them all not firing because I want them to head towards this. When the bombards open up, I think that should be close enough. I want them to open up on the shredder. Okay, and now we should be good enough with those guard posts. Should be firing at other things. So let's see if we can do this. We need to knock out the shredder. We care about nothing else. There we go. Nice volley from the bombards, knocking out the shield. And keeping this pretty close here is important because we're going to get eventual paralyzing attacks as the Widow returns. It's almost down. Well, it's halfway down. We need another volley from the bombards to finish it off. Come on. Yeah, that didn't really do much, did it? There we go. It's almost down. We're going to want to get you out as well. You're serving no purpose now, being crippled. Okay, what are we at? 24%. Let's finish it off, because we're going to get hammered now. There we go. Okay, now everybody out. Everybody who possibly can, just get out. Run, run, run. Load everybody up that you can. And let's see. Okay, there's the Stealth Guardian finally going visible. Now I think everybody else that's in here is going to be remote detonated. And there's a lot of them. Don't care. Because I don't want to add to the counterattack. I've got to just eat those ships. And then we're going to repair everybody. Or rather, rebuild the fleet. There we go. That's back up. And now it's a race against time. We started out at over 2.5 million. Can we get our fleet back up before... Yeah, 89 counterattack. It's pretty healthy, but I think we can manage it. Because we'll have about 100 strength or so when we dive back in. "30 seconds. Can't wait a lot longer." Yep. Gonna stop there. So we're almost out of metal. We have most of our ships left. Just a few bombards and brawlers. So could be better, but that's not bad. Now, it's Outguard time. Let's spawn Lobar the Wolf. And you're coming over here. Okay. So that's actually a really good spot across, and hoping it'll draw enough of these out. And there they go running away. Take a few more seconds. Okay. So now we're going to pop in here. I'm going to want to go after this. I'm going to use my support fleet for the decoy drones and my primary fleet as well. That's why we need to pop the other one out. So we're still only at 2 fleets. And then we're also going to spawn, of course, our second Outguard. Okie dokie. So, yeah, that should be about right. And we're going to nail that guard post. And we're going to generally try to occupy their forces. Maybe turn some... There we go. Turn some parasites. Let's see. Let's move over into this general area. Excuse me. We want to knock out whatever we can while they're busy dealing with our Outguard. Excuse me. Yeah, I know we're out of metal. Just build what you can. Now let's go after that guard post. Let's knock out these 2 guard posts in the middle, and then we'll work on Guardians. Because they have some Guardians flowing over here while our Widow's still on the other side, which is a great thing for us. Okay, there we go. Yeah, let's definitely knock out these Seeker turrets. Forgot about those. Alright, those are gone. Let's turn some Guardians. The less of these alive, when the Widow shows up, the better off I'm going to be. Okay. There's some more coming in. So let's hop over here. And maybe we'll just park about there for the support fleet. Of course, we can't do anything about the eye yet. Come on, knock it out. Okay, nucleophilic. Gone. Nucleophilic. Yep, there's the stealth, which we're going to ignore. And they're still over here. Huh. Let's knock out that nucleophilic. Okay. Well, we'll knock this out too. I mean, it's not a huge priority, but come on. Get it, get it, get it. Get it. There we go. still have plenty of strength to withstand that. Yeah, and the Dire Widow's almost alone now. It actually should not be too big of a problem by itself. Just because, I mean, its main thing is knocking things out of the fight so that it can pound on you. And here comes CPA. But if it doesn't have actual other supporting ships to pound us, then I think we're going to be fine. Yeah, we're knocking it down pretty quickly. Boom. Okay, now we need to clean up the mess, clear out the rest of these guard posts. And I actually don't want to take over the system. I just want it to not be building up during the CPA, and mission accomplished. Now, of course, we've got to recover our metal, be well prepared for that CPA. Now 8 minutes left on that. But success, so we're going to have a strong point at Dunkles, maintain our strong point at Ridgebergen, and if we survive this next CPA, which I'm assuming, I think we will, see how long it takes us to fight that off, then we can resume our attack. So that's it for now. Royal Inspiration will continue. Hope you're enjoying it. See you soon.